And we are live. Welcome to Profile Pod TV. I am your host, Double A, back in this piece for another exciting episode of Profile Pod TV. Man, yeah, we got a great show in store for you tonight. I can't wait. Can't wait to get our guest on, man, because I'm chomping at the bit here. But before we get into our the meat and potatoes of everything, just want to say a few things. As you know, we always have a couple announcements. We do our shout outs and stuff on Profile Pod TV here real quick. Yeah, already seen Pie Cruiser. What's up? Already in the comments. What's going on, brother? Thank you for being here, man. So yeah, real quick, man. You don't forget to subscribe to Profile Pod TV. As you know, you have the little the logo there at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Click on that, and then click on the subscribe button, and you're good, man. Support the cause, support the show. If you like the show, then one way you can show support and love is subscribing to Profile Pod TV. So I really appreciate that, man. If you guys could do that and click on that subscribe button, as we always say here every week. So yeah, it always subscribe, man. It's and all as don't forget. Okay, we can advertise here. If you want to promote your podcast, maybe you got a small business, maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're you got a small a music video coming up, you're a musician, short film. Let me know. Hit me up in the DM on Instagram, and I'll get you on. We will promote you. Just like tonight, man. I got a shout out. Ranting with Ramos podcast. Check out Ranting with Ramos. That guy does some really cool stuff in the community, man. He does like bona fide journalism. Check out his podcast. Super cool, man. The guy was doing a lot for the community back in when all that drama was happening with the it still unfortunately kind of happened, but when we had a rise in the the street vendor drama that was going on, the controversy earlier this year. That Ranting with Ramos was doing their part in trying to show support and supporting those guys. They were out in the street. They were actually out in the street and doing their thing out there and supporting those guys, those street vendors. So check out Ranting with Ramos podcast. You will not be you will not be sorry that you checked that out, man. So check out, big shout out to those guys. So really like what you guys do, man. Also support the Diamond Christmas toy drive going on until December 19th. And when we bring on Tito, we can talk a little bit more about that, but man, that's a great thing going on. Check out the localheartsfoundation.org for more information on how to donate a toy. Again, it's going on through December 19th. So check that one out, and that's a big event going down, man. We did a little toy drive a couple weeks ago at the city of La Puente. Some of you may know. A lot of special stuff going on, man. So get involved out there. I hope most of us are in the spirit of giving. It is Christmas season, so let's help those out, man, who are less fortunate, who are needy, and try to get involved somehow. So lots of local agencies out there, nonprofits doing things, so holding events. So get involved, man. It's a great feeling. It's very rewarding. You're helping others, and it's a beautiful thing, especially nowadays, man. We need to help and be generous and giving, and help others that are in need. So get involved, guys. Get involved. So let's go ahead and get into our our guest. And remember, this is a live show. It's an interactive show. So if you have a question or comment, I'll do the best I can to post it on the screen, and we'll present it to our guest, and we'll address it. Man. So, and don't forget to follow on Instagram at profilepodtv_, Twitter at profilepodtv. Follow us on subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We're available on Spotify, Stitcher, all the platforms. So again, man, thank you guys wherever you're tuning in from for being here. If you're watching the replay, thank you. If you're listening on the audio, thank you so much, man. So a million thanks to everyone. Joe Sanchez, shout out. What's up, guys? Thank you for being here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into our guest, man. This gentleman is the epitome. He represents why I created this podcast, created this platform, because through my guests, I aim to inspire, I aim to motivate, hopefully, and I want to bring on people who are doing extraordinary things to inspire the human spirit. And this gentleman is the essence of what this is. The epitome. The epitome. He's got a great story, man. He produced records for the biggest names in hip hop. Bottom line, period. End of story. He grew up in Long Beach, and we're gonna hear his story tonight. But without further ado, everybody, let's please welcome our guest of the evening, from president and founder of the Local Hearts Foundation, Mr. Tito Rodriguez, aka the Hood Santa. Tito, how are you, boss? What's going on, man?
DoubleAA, the man. What's the word, dude? Thanks for
Oh,
that. Thanks for that introduction, bro. I was like, who's he talking about? I'm like, wow, all that, huh? Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh no, thank you, man, for taking the time. I appreciate you. I know you're a busy man, and it's always an honor to catch a big fish, man. And we did just that tonight. And yeah, well, I can't thank you enough for being here, man. How's everything going down in Downey, man?
Shh. Long Beach, bro. Come on. No, everything's good. Everything is good, dude. Just alive, bro. Blessed, on here with you talking about life and all the good things that we got going on with life. You were good, man. We can't complain.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's there's a lot going on. We're here in the full swing of Christmas season, and you got a lot going on. I know we'll get into everything that you got going on with the Local Hearts Foundation and the LBC, and but yeah, man. What before we get into all of your foundation and everything you got going on, man, your charity work, and I kind of want to take it back a little bit, Tito.
Okay.
Take
Sure.
it back to when you were a little tyke, a young guy growing up in Long Beach. You were born and raised in Long Beach, correct?
Right. Born and raised in Long Beach. Grew up on 15th Street pretty much my whole life. Just moved on down the same street, up the street, typical Mexican family. You move, but just down the street from your old house, Yeah, pretty much my whole childhood was on that street.
Yeah. I worked in Long Beach, by the way, down on 7th and I think Cherry, near 7th and Cherry over
Yeah,
there.
where the 7-Eleven's at.
Exactly. There used to be I think a Big Lots right there. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah. That's 7th and One Apparel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to skate right there. They had a big red curve where we all used to skate at, right? They knocked it down because the people would hang out there and skate for days, But yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I Long Beach was, man. I'd go into work every day, and it was
Where'd
always
you work?
there was always it was this little I was doing loans basically,
Okay.
and they were on the corner. Actually, payday loans. There were payday loans, and this was like, man, I want to say like '04. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
'05. And I was only there for about 6 months, and then there was another location. They had a few locations. The other location was down on or near Long Beach Poly area.
Okay.
What's that street over there? Is it Martin Luther King?
Atlantic, MLK.
Atlantic.
Atlantic. Yeah. That's crazy. You worked right there, huh? Next to Polly in the shopping center there, or where? Where Polly Burgers is at?
Oh my goodness, I don't recall exactly what was there. It wasn't. It was a. I'd say it wasn't adjacent to Poly, but it was near. It was like
It was
in
close
maybe a
by.
couple blocks away. Yeah, but it was in the vicinity there, man. Vicinity and
That spot's dangerous right there, bro.
yeah, man.
That spot's dangerous, bro. Yeah, so I grew up in that neighborhood that my whole life. I would walk up and down. Never know I was in danger. I was just a kid,
Yeah.
but would see cops and gangs day in, day out, now that I'm an old man, let's say, like I think about my childhood memories and all that. Like I never once thought I was in danger, you know what I mean? Just walking by, bullets on the walls, gangbangers hanging on the corner, walking right by. What up? I just keep walking. Yeah. What up, Tito? What up, boys? We'll skate by them, whatever. I never thought of it like that. But now going, thinking about it, like, dang, it's a rough neighborhood. It's a rough place to grow up in. But I like to say there's no place like it because so multicultural that you get to learn a little bit about everybody. And as you get older, those are wonderful things to have, because you learn how to respect different cultures, how to talk to people, all that thing. It was the best upbringing I could have asked for.
No doubt, man. Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of a melting pot. That's one thing I noticed about Long Beach when I was working there. Is yeah, you get a little bit of everything, man. You get Latinos, you get the African American, you get Asian, you get Caucasian, a little bit of everything, man. And yeah, you get to know people from all these backgrounds and cultures, and there's not yeah, that's a wonderful thing, man. No doubt, man.
I love it, man. I love it. I had the beach up the street. I skateboarded. I did all that cool stuff that your typical kid would do that didn't grow up in Long Beach. Most kids my age, a lot of my friends turn into gangbangers, and I chose not to do that. I had my brother who was tough, and it taught me the value of like being a man. He was a young guy when my dad committed suicide. He was just a teenager, and he stepped up and took responsibility to teach me, and I'm so thankful for those beatings that I got. At the time, I didn't know that obviously I deserved them all. You just beat me for no reason, but at the time you hated and all that because you're seeing all your friends do all this other stuff, and you want to go, get in trouble too. You don't even know you're going to get in trouble, but I had my brother and my sisters to step up and say, no, I don't think so. Get out of there. You're doing the wrong thing. Here, get your skateboard or whatever, that kind of thing. So it was cool. And I had my cousins who were gangbangers, so like I had to stay away from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was funny because one cousin would tell me, stay away from him. And the other cousin would tell me, stay away from him, So it was, now I think about it, exactly. It's hilarious,
Oh man, yeah, yeah.
At least they loved me, enough to tell me to stay away from the nonsense, and so it was cool. It was cool, yeah, man. So I grew up in Long Beach. I was a little breakdancer kid. I did that. My brother taught me how to break dance, had me breaking against grown men, that kind of thing. And then I started after that. I did sports like everybody. To a degree because sports cost money and we didn't have money, so I only got to do it for a little bit because of the money factor. No money, you don't play, that. Then I started skateboarding. I got skateboarding is one of those things that you got to be self-motivated. You got to have some nuts to skateboard because you're ollieing off 15-foot planks or whatever, right? You got to be brave to be a successful skater anyhow, right? Somebody who's going to be good and get free stuff like me, back in the days, so it's one of those things that there is no hate in skateboarding. Like I remember my friends being hyped that I did something, it's like one of those things.
They were supportive.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you ripped it or whatever. Yeah, sick. It's one of those things. It's just you challenging you, and then after that, I started doing graffiti like most kids, at that time. Yeah, it just kind of got my hands tied up and did a bunch of stuff that at the time was cool to me and made me, molded me into the personality I am now. I got to, see the struggle up close, live the struggle, and all that kind of stuff. And not that I'm not in the struggle now. I'm just saying, like, I got to see all that and live all that the way we were born. And, you're either born with things or you're born into the world and you make something happen, So, yeah, I got taught that work ethic and that get the job done kind of mentality by my brother, get it done, work hard, you'll never be broke. Those are like lessons that my brother always told me, bro, work hard, you'll never be broke. So that always stuck in the back of my mind that whenever I got into something, I had to go all out. And some people might say, oh, Tito's nuts, he does all this stuff, and he's doing this, he's doing that. But I always went super hard at whatever I did, which if it was music, if it was skateboarding, if it was breakdancing, I always try to be the best, bro. That was something that was put into my to my character as a kid. My brother used to have me doing windmills in our garage, bro, for hours. You know, I would be black and blue, my shoulders, you know, you're pretty much spinning on concrete, using your body, right? You know, and that ain't, you're supposed to be doing that, you know, but
on concrete,
you know what
cardboard?
I mean? Sometimes we had, you know, linoleum on top of concrete. It's concrete, just slicker, you know?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, you know, then you know, sports, you know, you got to be the best, you know, you got to be faster, you got, you know, so like, you know, as a kid, you know, I'm a firm believer that a lot of kids are like one adult from being great. You know, if they have that one adult in their family, they can push them. They can be whatever. You know, if you can get them to believe. You know, and then I started doing graffiti, and that's kind of when I got a little bit nuts. I started wilding out. You know what I mean? I started wilding out.
Yeah.
Started hanging out with those were all my boys too. They were skaters. Some of them went to the dancing scene because around that time dancing came back. I don't know if you remember that, but dancing came back, and I could have came back and probably beat everybody, but I was just not interested because I was a little kid doing that already. So I went to graffiti. You know what I mean? So
moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, I went to graffiti. You know, I would see my friends trying to do windmills, and I would be laughing like, dude, you know, and I would just do a head spin, you know, because I had done that since I was a little kid. So it was I ended up doing graffiti. I joined a local crew, you know, in my neighborhood. Got in trouble. I ended up robbing a 7-Eleven 3 times in one night, and paid the price, you know. Price. They came and got me and took me to jail.
Take us into, well, before I wanted to ask you about that one, but let me back up real quick. You mentioned your father passed. How old were you when that happened?
I was 6.
Okay. And so it seems like your older brother?
Yeah, my brother Raul.
Raul, yeah, it seemed like he kind of assumed that the older mentor figure for you. He ended up being and how much older is he than you now? Or how much now? How much older is he than you?
I think he might be 9 years older than me.
Okay. So he was, you know, growing up, he was the
8 or 9 years older than me. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was the man, bro.
Okay, he ended up being your father figure, your mentor.
Yeah.
And so how was the I mean, do you remember that time? I mean, what do you remember when your father passed? What how devastating that was for you?
You know what? To be completely honest, I don't. You know, I don't. I was too little to have that. I would say, you know, it affected me, but not like that. You know, it affected my brothers and sisters. I would say, you know, more than me because they already had built that 15, 14-year-old relationship with our dad, right? And me, I was just a kid. But, you know, my brother stepped up, bro. My brother stepped up as a young man, as a teenager, pretty much, and took on the role of the man of the house, you know, of all of us, pretty much. And I don't know if I could have did that at his age. You know, he was a man, bro. He was a good dude. He to this day, you know, he's still solid. My brother's a champ, bro. My brother held it down. My brother beat me. You know, obviously I deserved it. I don't mean it like that, but it was well deserved, and it wasn't for nothing. And my brother also bought me my first car, so it was deserved. It was earned. You know, he never did anything to me to hurt me. It was always for the right reasons. My brother's a well thought out man, and you know, anytime I ever got in trouble or anytime I did something that was silly and he got involved, he would, what are you doing? Bah, 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 bah. And talk me out of it with these, you know.
Yep.
But
gotcha. And are you the youngest sibling in your family?
Yeah. So I was the baby when my dad passed away, and now I got 2 younger sisters. My mom ended up getting remarried, and I got 2 baby sisters. But I was the baby of the family when my dad passed away.
I see, man. So yeah, big shout out to your brother, man. And so going back to the 7-Eleven thing, man. What happened there? So take us through. You said 3 times you robbed it.
Yeah. So I got
How old were you? How old were you when this happened?
16.
Okay.
16.
Now, were you by yourself? Were you with some
Yeah,
friends?
no, I was by myself. I was by
And
myself.
did you plan this out? How
No,
did this?
no, I just walked in and took a bunch of beers and ran out.
Oh, okay.
And
You didn't
yeah, no,
hold it up or anything, or you didn't
hold
with the
on, hold
gun.
on, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
So then I went back. I went back, and then I did it again. And the guy was like, "What the heck? This little punk's back in here." You know what I mean? So I went back, and the third time I went in there and made like some chili dogs and took another like 2 18 packs. And he tried to grab me, so I went like this, you know,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt. So they raided my house. They knew where I lived. The cops knew who I was right away. They came to our house. They raided my house. My poor mom, screaming
Oh,
at
yeah.
me, crying, yeah. So they came and got me. I ended up going to juvenile hall, got in trouble. Cops, the judge later on found out that I hadn't been to school. It's a process. You get your trial and your dates and all that. Before you know it, you're fighting a year and all that, time wise with them. But they're trying to sentence you for 20 something years or whatever, because everything has a charge. So later on, when they found out I didn't have a gun, things dropped tremendously. Da, 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 da. Where's the gun? Where I didn't have no gun. Well, we got you on camera. So yeah, but I don't have no gun. Got me on camera
Oh,
like this, but I didn't have no gun.
you didn't have
So,
one. Okay.
no. I didn't have one. I never was that kind of dude. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never wanted to be that dude.
Yeah.
That wasn't in me. But I just did that because that's what you do when you're going to get
Just
grabbed,
when you're 16, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
did that. And so they sent me to juvenile hall, and I shattered my mom, I broke my mom's heart. And then that day, that was kind of the worst day of my life. It was like getting sentenced. It wasn't even jail. It wasn't none of that. It was the letdown that I saw in my mom's face, the heartbreak that I saw in my mom's face when they sentenced me. That was the worst part of it all, bro. It was I still remember that feeling, and here I am, I was being disrespectful to my mom for years. Like I would get in trouble and why are you doing that? All right, mom, here. I would take her a belt, a high heel, and say, hit me 10 times, get it over with. Hit me 5, the hardest you got, go. Boom, boom, boom. 5 more, get it over with. I got to go outside. Pop, 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 pop. I would go out and, I was just a kid. I didn't even know what I was doing. I got to go. My homies are outside, boom, take off. But yeah, that day, dude, when it finally came to sentencing day, I had my wife was like my teacher. She was doing all my packets because I hadn't been to school for years, So the judge was like, "Wait a minute, like you haven't been to school for 2 years? Like, what have you been doing?" I didn't go to high school until 8th grade, pretty much, right? What have you been doing? Oh, you think you're a cowboy, huh? He was pissed that I hadn't been to school and that I had just committed this terrible thing, right? So I had to go back to school, and they put me like in I was in like a kindergarten class, bro. Pretty much, like 2 + 2, 4. Hey, So I was like acing through it, and on top of that, I was cheating. I had my wife doing all the homework. So yeah. Then I started working with my brother, and when you they give you all these rules. Don't get caught here. Don't go here. Don't do this. Don't do that. So it was like I had a gang injunction. I wasn't even in a gang. Pretty much. It's like don't go here. Watch out there. If we see you with this guy, you're in trouble. It's like what the hell? I live right here. What do you mean? Don't come out the house. So yeah, I pretty much did what they said, and then my public defender came out the day of sentencing, and he said, "Hey man, you're pretty much like one of the best kids that I've had come in here. Like you listen to all the judges, requests. You're going to school. You're doing good in school. You got a job. That's incredible, right? You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You ain't got in trouble. You've been kind of doing the right thing. Your teachers are writing letters about you, kind of saying you're a good kid. You made a mistake. Give you a chance. You're not gonna do nothing. You're probably gonna get probation, but be cool because if they give you probation and you break it, all this case is going to come back and it's going to bite you in the butt, right?
Yeah.
So not knowing, I'm just a kid, you know, I'm just like, all right, I don't really, to me, I just heard you're not going to go to jail. So I was so happy, you know? And,
yeah, of course.
Dude, they call me in there, Rodriguez, and they make you stand up, you know, and you're facing the judge. I was, you know, still very immature in my mind, you know. I'm thinking like, all right, cool. He's going to say, good, go home. And it's, whoo, you know, I'm going home, you know. So, dude, he says, Mr. Rodriguez, I like everything you're doing. Keep up the good work, son. I like that you're going to school. I like that you're getting good grades. Oh, and you got a job and they're writing these letters about you. That's wonderful, but that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But what you did is serious. And I was like, huh? Like what? I thought I was going to go home. He said, so I think jail. This is how much of scumbags these freaking judges, power abusers they are, right? He decided what was going to be good for me. He said, so I think the jail would be good for you. And I was like, huh? He said, turn around, bro. Turn around. That was the worst part of it all, bro. So I turned around. Now I'm facing my mom while they're handcuffing me.
Yeah.
Bro, my mom breaks down in the courthouse. You know, like I'm looking at her, bro, and that was terrible, bro. That letting her down like that. My little sister was a baby. She starts crying. And I'm like looking at them like relax. Like it's okay. Like it's okay, you know. But yeah, that was terrible, bro. That was probably one of the worst days ever for me, you know, as growing up and getting in trouble and all that.
Would you say that's was that the turning point there, that moment, or that whole thing in your life? Was your brother there, bro? In the courtroom?
No, he wasn't in the courtroom. He was at work. My brother, he started his own business when he was 18, a plumbing business, and he already had a family, and you know, he was
oh wow,
work. Still to this day, he's like that. But no, you know, he knew what was going on, but you know, my mom was there, you know, so you know, it was that when I went to jail, that changed me forever, because I said this is not a place for, it's not a place for anybody, but for me it was terrible. It was terrible, bro. It was like, went in there and I was tripping, dude, because when I got arrested, trip out on this story. I never told anybody this on any kind of podcast. So I'm arrested, right? And they take us in the back of a little bus. It's a juvenile hall bus, and they got the blacks sitting first, and they got the Mexicans, and then they got the Asians, right? Which I don't know anything about. Like I'm not in the gang. I don't get down like that. I'm friends with everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, dude, I get in the bus. I'm handcuffed with one of my homies, Danny, who got in trouble with me when they raided my house. He had just got out of juvenile hall, so he got caught being with me when they arrested me, and they charged him for hanging out with a criminal or whatever. Right? He had nothing to do with it, pretty much. So they send him back. They give him 9 months, bro. He had just got out like 2 weeks. Okay. So I'm feeling terrible for him too. I'm like, damn, like that sucks. You know, I mean, you know, it wasn't like not my fault, but my fault kind of thing. You know, like he didn't do nothing. He was just with me, wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. Anyhow, they put us in the bus, and he's like, don't trip, bro. It's gonna go by fast. And I'm looking at him, and all I can think about is my mom. You know, I'm like, this guy, he don't have no care about his mom. You know what I mean? And here I am, shattered, devastated.
Right.
Anyhow, I turn around and I see my homies, bro, in the back, all the Asians that I used to skate with every day. And that was my first taste of like that I got to see. Like, remember in those days, the Asian gang started in Long Beach. That's where they all started, right? Majority they were fighting the Mexican gangs. So I turned around, and one of them was like one of my best friends. And he's like, yo, Tito, man, I'm sorry, bro. And I was like, no, because I said, yo, bro, what are you doing in here? I was like, because I never in a million years pictured them. They were just skater kids like me, you know?
Yeah.
He said, yo, Tito, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm from this gang. And I was like, what? I was like, what the heck? Like, how? Like, I'm with you every day. Like skateboarding. I'm with you every day skateboarding. And he was like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm from this gang. They call me such and such.
Wow.
And then he said, in the day we skateboard, and in the night we turn into gangsters. And I was like,
Jeez.
what the hell? It's like, yeah, it was crazy to see my homies that I was skating with all day long, bro. And as soon as it turned dark, they would go home. All right, we're out of here later. And I would go home. And I guess they were going and, you know, do some crazy stuff. And yeah, he got life in jail. That kid got life.
Wow.
Yeah, they ended up doing something crazy. And yeah, he ended up getting a life sentence, him and the other kids. They were from a gang called, I want to say Suicidals or SOS or something like that. He was
How much time did you end up doing, Tito?
A few. Yeah, it was just a few. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was too much. It was too much.
Right.
You know, it was too much. But it definitely changed my life, bro. Because I didn't want to be in there. My mom was bringing me cookies on the weekends, and I was seeing my mom crying and stuff.
Right.
It was terrible, bro. It was the worst. It was the worst thing, you know. And then you know, I got out and kind of just I got a job with my brother, and then I don't know, a couple months later, I became a type 1 diabetic. My pancreas shut down, and now I'm diabetic. You know, they call it juvenile diabetes, where I got an insulin pump on my stomach. Look.
Okay.
So people don't even know, you know, that look, I got an insulin pump attached to me 24 hours a day. So this thing gives me insulin like a normal person's body would.
I see.
My body doesn't create that whatever it's called, insulin to regulate food intake. But yeah, bro, I got sick. And
that you were 18 when
no, I was a little bit younger. 17,
a little bit younger.
Yeah, 17, 16.
So you got out of jail. So right away you go to work for your brother, Tito?
Yeah. So I got out of jail, and then my sister, they give you all these crazy restrictions. Don't get caught on 15th Street. I'm like, I live on 15th Street. No, don't hang out on this corner. I'm like, wait a minute, that's my corner where my house is at. You know, we catch you with any of these guys. I'm like, I'm skating with them every day. You know.
Yeah.
So my sister Alicia pretty much said, "No, I don't think so. You're going with me." So she took me to the better part of Long Beach and said, "No, you're gonna get back in trouble." Like that's the system, bro. You know, that's the system. They, it's pretty whack, you know, because you send kids back out there with where they grow up at,
right.
And you give them these crazy, rules that are not even realistic, you know, like don't get caught going into 7-Eleven across the street from your house. Like I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. Like my mom, I don't even have a mom or a dad, you know. It's like right. It's like
it's a vicious cycle, right?
It's terrible, bro. So my sister pretty much was like, "No, you're coming with us, and you're coming with me." And my sister Alicia was the one that would bail me out of jail, you know, when I would get in trouble. And my mom, estoy en la cárcel. Qué bueno. She would hang up on me, you know, and then I would call my sister, whose only number I remembered by heart. It was 599-7705. You know, I still remember it. You know, you know, I'm in the juvenile. I'm in the Long Beach Police Department. Has me. Can you come pick me up? What did you do? Mom, call me. All right, I'm gonna go. And it'd be dumb stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Kid stuff.
Yeah. No. At what age did you feel like when you were finally like, quote unquote reformed, or where you had a handle on things and you were just on your way to a new life, man? When did you feel like you finally were in the clear?
He said, "Did I play handball in the pin?" Nah, bro, I never made it there. Thank God. I played racquetball at what was that, Jim Bally's and 24 Hour Fitness. No, you know what, bro? Good question, man. I don't know. I don't know if I ever I'm reformed. I don't even know. You know, I knew that place wasn't for me, bro. I knew. I just knew that wasn't a place that I could handle, bro. You know, it's just.
Yeah.
And you know, I was in there. I knew kids in there. It wasn't like I was out of place. It was just like, no, this is not a spot for me, for anybody, you know, especially me. So I'm gonna do whatever I have to do not to come back here.
Yeah.
And then I had my brother who was like, "Hey, little bro, you need to stay busy. You need to stay in school. And if you don't like school, then you need to get to work. And I'm gonna take you," kind of that thing. So I would go with him on the weekends. But but I think what changed me is when I got my wife pregnant. You know, when I got my wife pregnant.
How old were you then?
Good question, bro. 18, maybe 18.
Okay. So
And,
yeah, that's young, man.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, that's
my
gonna
brother,
change you.
I'd ask my brother for money, you know, for an abortion, not knowing what the hell I'm talking about, you know. Said, bro, I got
Yeah.
my girlfriend pregnant. Can I borrow some money? And he was like, when you borrow money, you need to pay it back. You don't have no damn job to pay no money back, you know?
Yeah.
Those were his words pretty much. Why? What do you need money for? I said, well, you know, I got my girlfriend pregnant, and I want, you know, we looked into it or whatever, and it's $300 to have an abortion. Bro, he wanted to kill me, bro.
Wow.
He wanted to kill me. He told me, he looked me right in the face and he said, oh, you're one of those guys, huh? He told me, oh, you're one of those guys. Oh, you're only a man of convenience. And he looked at me kind of like, I don't think so, bro. He told me to start work tomorrow. Sure enough, he picked me up in the morning and took me to work. Gave me a job, taught me like what it is to be a man. Even like, all right, cool, you're gonna work for me, but this ain't school. You better freaking learn quick. I'm not gonna be paying you to learn. You better be a fast learner. And if I send you to go get some, I don't want to see you walking. You better go get it. You know, my brother is like Sergeant Slaughter is no joke, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, he would do stuff like, hey, okay, here's your paycheck, but you need channel locks and you need a hammer and you need a screwdriver, whatever, tools, right? He would say, here's $300. Here's your tools. Here's the receipt. So here's your real check, 150. You know, he would deduct the tools that he bought me because he would say stuff like, I need them too. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because you don't have tools. You better buy your own damn tools, you know, kind of thing, you know?
Right.
And he knew that I wasn't going to do it. So he did it with my money. But I learned like, hey, you know, I got to be responsible for my own things, you know? So yeah, with my car too, my truck, he bought a truck and he said, all right, bro, whatever it was, $2,000. All right, here's your check. Okay, here's your $2,000. All right, here's $500 for the truck. So now you have $1,500. Just an example, you know. And I would be like, damn, I would be pissed. Yeah. You know, I'd be pissed.
Taxing you, huh?
No, he wasn't taxing me. He was showing me life.
Right.
You know, he was showing me the way life works and how things
exactly.
In the real world, you know.
Right.
You know, and he wanted me to understand the value of it, obviously, because if he just gives me, you know, that's kind of what I got out of it, you know. So yeah, so yeah, he did all that for me, and you know, he pretty much he taught me how to be a man, bro. You know.
That's great, man. I mean, imagine that. I mean, you know, had your brother not been there, man, geez, you know, because you know, it's like a lot of kids in those situations, man, in that scenario, you know, they don't have that mentorship, man, by anyone, you know. You don't have an older brother or older dad or, you know, older cousin, friend, whatever. And yeah, man, you know, they kind of they fall into that cycle, right? Fall into that life. You know, thankfully you had him there and you were able to bounce back and continue on a different path. So it sounded like you I mean, shit, man, you hit 16, 17, 18. Those years were like really like very eventful in your life. And I mean, you had to grow up, man. Like you had to grow up right away, man. It seems like, you know, you had your baby came and, you know, you had to go to work and you had been in jail already.
That sounds terrible, but it's not, bro. That's what every man does, right?
No, I'm saying at 18 years old, 17, 18 years old. And yeah, you know, I mean, typically it's not, everybody has their own path, man. You know, everybody has a different path, but typically, you know, it's a, you know, some kids, they won't man up. Some guys don't man up. You know what I mean? You manned up. It's bottom line, man. And
I had no choice, man. It was like, you know, I had to be responsible, you know, like I, you know, I keep talking about my brother, but a lot of it is like, is what he taught me, since a little kid. Be honest, work hard, be the best at whatever you do, be the best at it. There is no second place. That what I mean. Like Like be the best at whatever you're gonna do. So like even that situation, I had to be the best at it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Tell us about the now you were a b-boy back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were what, 7, 8 years old, breakdancing, doing the windmills, nutcrackers,
All that.
battling grown men or battling older guys, teenagers.
Well, yeah, grown-ups, 21, 18, they
You
would
were-
they would sneak me into
oh man.
Tony A the Wizard, right? From Rhodium Radio, right? He was
yeah.
a DJ at a club in Long Beach, and he's about my brother's age, so maybe they were like 18, 19. Tony was the DJ at Infinity or Grand Central Station, one of those, right? And
okay.
My mom used to sell at the swap meet next to Tony's mom. So Mario, which is Tony's older brother, was like the security of the club. So him and my brother were like in cahoots. Hey, bring little Tito in here to battle through the back door, the grown-ups, and let them beat them all or whatever, And so they would let me go in. I would battle the grown-ups, just throw me in there and just dance against all the adults or whatever, and then take me out the back door. My brother would take me to eat, or he would scold me. You need to practice on this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, whatever. Tomorrow you're gonna do 300 of these, or I'm like, all right. Or I would go to Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Like, you killed it. So my breaker name, my b-boy name was Z-Rock.
Z-Rock. Okay. Yeah. How did that come about? How did you get Z-Rock?
Gosh, good question. I don't know. Maybe my brother gave it to me or something, And so I was like every day b-boying, like every 24 hours a day. Like, I think that's everything that I get into. I go hard at, and I try to master it. I don't want to go halfway with stuff anymore. I never did, but especially now that I'm older, I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm going all out. I'm gonna die trying.
Yeah.
But that comes from back then too. Is that kind of mentality was always like put on me. Like go, get the job done and do it now and get it over with. That kind of thing. Yes. So I used to battle on the corners, like left and right. I would go into all the gangster parties. Back then, in those days, they weren't really going at it till maybe like 4 years after breaking stopped. It was more like, hey, we're having a party on 4th and the Walnut, and all of them would go there and everybody would break dance. And I would be the little cute little breaker boy, there were teens and I was 7, 8, I would go in there and battle them. All right, cool. Look at this little kid, kind of thing, and
right.
Go home. My sister would walk me back home, or my brother or whatever. A lot of those parties was my sister was walking me through the neighborhood. My sister Liz, who's a little bit older than me, she was walking me to all. Hey, they're having a backyard party over here. Let's go. And she would take me to battle. My sister too would force me to battle too. Taking my little brother over there. People from Wilmington would come to Long Beach, and they had a bunch of good b-boys too. And I would have to battle all of them.
Wow.
Pretty much. So yeah.
Did you get pretty well known?
Oh, in Long Beach,
yeah.
In Long Beach, yeah. In Long Beach, I was well known by everybody in the b-boy community. They all knew me. That's little Tito,
Z-Rock.
I battled. Remember Coco from the movie Breaking?
Right. Tell us about that, man. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
You battled him on the street, right?
I battled him around the corner from my house. So I was a little kid in Long Beach breaking, like I said, and he was the little kid in Wilmington, kind of same age, same little thing, right? He was in a movie,
right. He was in Breaking, right?
Yeah. He's the little kid that jumps out of the trash can and he starts popping or whatever, right? So his cousins lived behind us, right? And they would always say, hey, we're gonna bring our cousin over to battle you. Like, you got to battle our little cousin. Then one day it finally happened, bro. They brought him. And my brother came to the house and said, put your karate pants on, because I was like the style.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't want to do that right now. I probably was eating dirt or riding a bike. Who knows, Put your karate pants on. I'm like, why? Coco's on the corner. You're going to go battle him. I'm like, like, all right. So we go and go into the apartments, and they have like cardboard laid out for us, like my cousins and my brother. My cousins were b-boys too. They were older than me, and they put some music on. You remember? And I'm nervous, dude. I'm like, this is Coco, from the movie,
Okay, yeah,
He
yeah.
goes, he does a couple things, and he does a knee spin, and I'm like, knee spin was like a beginner move to me, And I was like, so I went in there and did my thing. I did like some windmills real quick, and then he started crying. And it was like, whoa, I won, I was like, all right, cool, I won,
You beat Coco, man.
Yeah,
Oh, he literally started crying on the.
Yeah. We were little kids, bro. He probably was like, why you guys got me battling? Like, I came to visit you guys. Like, who knows what they told him, He's a little kid like me, And, so that made my status more,
Yeah.
Like B-Rock, he did
major street cred right there.
Yeah. For b-boying, yeah. And then skating too. I was pretty good at skateboarding too. So
yeah,
football too, bro. Like just
you played at Poly, right?
Yeah. As a kid, yeah, I played there. Yeah, it was fun, bro. It was fun growing up in Long Beach. Like, dude, we used to go to a place called Hamilton Bowl. One day, if you're in Long Beach, look it up. They call it El Hoyo. Okay. Spanish, okay. So think about it. It's on PCH and Walnut. Okay. So it was just a dirt field, bro. Right. And it had a big old hole. That's why they call it El Hoyo, right?
Concrete hole?
No, dirt. Just all dirt, bro. Dirt. Just imagine a big old dirt field where Paisas would go play soccer at, pretty much. Right.
Okay.
There's nothing going. And Pigman lived there. The Long Beach myth, Pigman.
Pigman?
Yeah, he's just a myth. But we used to say Pigman's in the run. It was a homeless dude that lived in the little corner there. We ended up calling him Pigman. If you're from Long Beach, you know what I'm talking about. So
all right.
So when it would rain, the hole would fill up. It would fill up, dude, like 5-10 feet of water, of sewer water, rain, all. So, dude, I would go in there, bro, with a bucket, like I was in a boat,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, dude, I had a lovely man. My childhood was rad, bro. I used to go to Signal Hill and climb the oil pumps. The oil pumps?
Yeah.
As like a 7-8-year-old, bro, climb all the way up top and ride them.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's scary, bro. It's scary. When you're at the top, I was like, I started going backwards.
Never a dull moment, man.
Man, I had a lot of fun, man. I used to skate down hills, like, dude. We had BB gun fights, like stuff that's like priceless that you can't do now,
Right, yeah, exactly, man. What did you enjoy the most, though, Tito? Out of those, like the skating, the b-boying, playing football. What was? Do you have like a favorite pastime out of those? Maybe out of those 3 or 4 things.
No, man, I loved them all, bro. Like it's hard to say which one is better,
Yeah.
They're all good. They were all good to me, and it was a beautiful time in my life, bro.
Freaking Pigman, huh?
Pigman, dude. We used to be scared of Pigman. Pigman's coming! Ah! we used to dip out,
Mega Man says he remembers that, man.
Pigman.
Eloyo
I told Mega Man about Pigman. Yeah, he was just he actually lived there, but it was just like a myth. Be careful with Pigman, he's in there.
Yeah.
So we used to ditch school in there, bro. Like 3rd grade, we used to ditch school over there, and that was like the thing. Be careful, Pigman might get you, So yeah, so one time I caught my sister and my cousin talking about ditching school, and I probably was like 2nd, 3rd grade, and I said, if you don't take me, I'm gonna tell my mom, So they ended up taking me, and they probably were 6th graders or something, 7th graders, and they ended up taking me, and I remember sniffing paint.
Oh man.
Yeah, back in the days, dude. I remember that. I remember one time we sniffed paint. I was just a little kid, bro.
Yeah.
No kind of parental supervision, just
No.
following your big sisters and your brother. My brother probably would have killed us if he known we were doing this. So
how old were you doing that? How old were you?
Probably 8, bro.
Oh, jeez.
Eight. So they put some paint in a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
I remember I looked up and I saw Smurfs run out on the ceiling.
Oh my gosh, man.
Because maybe I was just got done watching the Smurfs or something, you know.
Yeah. No, I only saw that stuff in movies, man. I remember watching that. You remember that movie? Remember Boulevard Nights and
I didn't watch any of that stuff.
Colors and
Colors, yeah, I remember that.
yeah, man. So shifting gears a little bit, Tito. So
Sorry.
no. I because I want to get into where you transition into to the music thing, the music scene, right?
Oh yeah, about 17.
So tell us how that came about, man. How did you kind of get into that world and begin producing music, man?
My brother-in-law Tito, his name's Tito too. He was going to like Long Beach City College, right?
Uh-huh.
He was a DJ. He was a scratcher, right? A DJ, and
For sure.
he enrolled into City College to produce, and so
This early 90s around?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, and then he popped up at my house with a tape of a beat he made, and he was like, "Little T, check this beat out. I made this." He puts a tape in, bro, in a Saturn. Remember Saturn? Those car Saturn.
Oh heck yeah!
So he puts this tape in the Saturn, and he's playing, and he's like, "Listen to this part," and he has like an intro and everything, and he's like, "Listen to this, Little T." He pops it in, and I'm like, "What the heck? You made that?" Like, yeah. You made that? I just lost my mind. I was like, "How?" Well, I got a drum machine. And he starts explaining, and then listen right here. He's all hyped up too about what he made. He's telling me that the teacher used to be like in Parliament or something like that, Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah,
he's teaching classes or something, right? At that time, I didn't really understand any of that kind of stuff. I'm like sick, and in my head, I'm thinking like, how did he make this beat? Like how? You hear stuff on the radio, you hear Dr. Dre, it's got it like, how do they do this? You think it's a big old thing going on, right? You don't know.
yeah.
So then I don't know, a couple weeks later, he shows up at my sister's house with a drum machine for my nephew's birthday party. And he says, "Little T, I brought the drum machine. You want to make a beat?" Right? And I'm like, "Yeah, heck yeah, So he plugs it in, and I start going crazy. Stuff I was hearing in my head, whatever, And he's like, I couldn't follow the metronome. I didn't understand that. There's a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? There's a math involved, And I didn't know any of that. I was just hearing beats in my head. Oh, I want to do this, And he told me, you can chill out, like relax. One thing at a time, you got to do the drum. Boom, boom, boom. And then you add this part. Boom. After you do the drum, right? After you learn that, right? So all right, cool. So I made a beat. I made a beat that day, and I was going nuts the whole day thinking about it. It was driving me insane. I like we left the party, and then the early in the morning I called him and was like, "Tito, hey, you think I can make a beat like this?" I'm beatboxing over a phone. And he's like, yeah, don't trip. Next time, he's probably thinking, this little kid is crazy, like, heck, beatboxing on a phone, So anyhow, that's what set it off. So
you were 17, 18 right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to his house, taking the bus from Long Beach to Downey to make beats at his house, and I would be there all day, and before I knew it, I would get there the daytime. Before I knew it, it's 10 o'clock at night. All right, Little T, we gotta get some rest or whatever. Like, why? Why? It's late, bro. You've been doing this all day. So anyhow, my sister, who was married to him, my sister Liz, saw me. Dude, I was taking the bus to Guitar Center and stuff like that, and my sister saw that and was like, "Well, I'm gonna help you buy one, but you got to pay me back," right? So she bought me a drum machine, and the same drum machine my brother-in-law had, And I would say within a couple weeks or like a month, like I mastered that thing, like where my brother-in-law was calling me for tips, like,
Really?
how did you do that? How did you make that bass line? Like, I never heard that. So, oh, you got to, tweak the frequencies, the filters, and then you preset it and you control it, I mastered it. I mastered it because, I grew up listening to funk, and like Parliament, Cameo, Zap, Gap Band,
Yeah.
Bootsy Collins, all that kind of stuff was the stuff that
Right.
my sisters and my brother played. So in my head, I had all them sounds in my head. Like, wait a minute, how did they get that bass to sound like it was underwater? How did they do that? So I started messing, like, I want to do a sound like that, how? And then, oh, okay. Started figuring out that they were tweaking stuff. They weren't using the preset stuff. They were creating their own sounds with the presets. So I started getting into that, getting deeper into it, and I became really good on that machine, like super killer, like in a matter of a month, where I was like banging beat after beat after beat after beat, which they probably were trash, but they were good enough, because you only have one little machine, So then my sister Alicia later on, I started working with my brother. I was probably about 18. Because I had got my wife pregnant. So I was 18, and my sister Alicia stepped up and was like, I said, I need to get a new keyboard, sis, and a new drum machine, And she seen that I was doing the right things and said, all right, well, what do you want to buy? This, and that. She was like, you crazy. That's like $2,000, $3,000. Right? I'll pay you back. I promise, I promise you,
Yeah.
It took me begging for like 3-4 months. And then finally she said, all right, well, you're doing good. My family's rad, bro. We all have each other's backs, and they're all supportive, and they all help, bro, My sister said, all right, well, let's go. My sister, they would bail me out of trouble all the time.
Yeah.
So we go to Guitar Center, and I'd get a new keyboard. It's like a Korg and the MPC or something.
Okay.
Another drum machine.
Oh, wow.
Bro, that took my game to a whole new level, bro. I became a little monster in producing. Like, that's all I thought about all day long. I would go to work with my brother, take my drum machine, look at it while I'd be in the truck, and my brother'd be like, what are you doing? Lunch is over, get that to her, all right, like, I really loved it, and
Consumed you, huh?
yes, bro. I went all out, and I started making beats, and then one day I was skating or something, and I ran into Goldie, who later became a member of the Eastsiders, Trey D, Goldie, and Snoop, right?
Mm-hmm.
My childhood friend, him and his brother were my best friends when we were little kids. His brother,
Okay.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
And so he told me I'm rapping, I said, oh, I'm making beats. Let's hook up, And since we had that chemistry as little kids, it was there in the studio too, We hit it off, and we started making music. And then our very first song that we made, it was like, we had a bunch of songs, but it was like a song that we like both were like happy, was one called 5 Dubs. And it was talking about Dayton's. Remember Dayton's? Dana Danes. So we made a song out of the Cameo sample, Strange. Doom, 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 right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he rapped on it, and he took it back to his neighborhood, which was my neighborhood too. We were neighbors, 15th Street. They all loved me. All the Crips there knew me since we were little kids. They call me Nut. They call me Nut when I was a kid too over there.
Nut.
And, yeah, Nut. Okay. Nut. What's up, Nut? What's up? I'll be in there, and they were playing the song over and over and over and over, and it was like, we were like, huh, we're pretty good at this, We didn't know what we were doing, bro. We were having fun, just two, young little kids, teenagers having fun. Goldie's younger than me, maybe by a year or two, and he had a natural talent, bro. He was a sick rapper, sick rhythm. His voice was incredible. He had a lawnmower in his mouth, it was a beat. So we just started making, tons of music together, and eventually he got signed to a label called OGs to Wall Street, which had a bunch of money because the dude that had the label was a dope man, you know. And back in those days, all the record labels were funded by dope man, you know, dope man, you know.
Right.
So he ended up signing Goldie, and I was making beats for him. He ended up signing Snoop's brother too. His name was Bing. He was in a group called Lifestyles. It was Bing, Hitman, and Gerald, and you know, they were all kids, bro.
Okay.
Snoop's brother's name is Pretty Tony, and so I was making beats for all of us, and kind of just having fun. Never really thought about money, but hey, one day we might blow up, you know, like dreaming, like most people that make music, you know. Well, we're gonna be the next big thing, you know.
Right. Right.
Together, you know, that was the plan. You know, we were gonna make it together, and then Goldie started hanging out with Snoop. Because you know they're both from the same neighborhood,
Okay.
same gang or whatever you want to call it, 20s, you know. And he started going to Snoop's, and he started, I think, taking credit for my beats, saying that he was making them, or maybe he didn't say it, or maybe he just got lost in the sauce because it's Snoop, or who knows, you know. And yeah, they ended up using my music, and then Snoop's brother was telling him, "Nah, it's a little Mexican kid making all those beats. Goldie ain't making these beats," you know.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so yeah, and then you know, they ended up doing a song. It was called 20 Minutes. Sorry, I'm gonna walk into the kitchen real quick, and so yeah, they ended up using one of my beats. Then I had to end up pretty much suing Snoop, bro, because of it all, you know.
So let's back up a little bit, Tito. Like, so, when did you? At
I'm
which
moving
point
too
did you
fast.
realize? What's that?
I'm moving too fast.
No,
No,
no. I wanted to ask you. At which point did you realize? Okay, we could take this to the next level, man. We're doing legit stuff here. When did you start? When did you realize that?
I didn't realize that. It was dude, I never took no money, bro. It was like once again, my brother, man, like, you know, he would tell me, you know, nothing in the world is free. Somebody's giving you money. There's something they're gonna want for it. So dude, I would be in the studio with Goldie and the dude that owned the label. Bro, one time we seen him with $1 million, bro. He came to our house and he had $1 million cash, bro. This is a true story, bro. Me and Goldie were looking at each other like what the hell? You know, he pulled up and, you know, he had like an Escalade when Escalade trucks had just barely came out. Just so much money, out of control money, right? And he would come over and he would hand Goldie $10,000 in front of me like every other week, 2 weeks, all the time. And he'd call me Psycho Drum because I would be on the drum machine. And he would see me and he'd be like, you Psycho Drum, you Psycho Drum, you know. I don't know why he called me that. That's what he called me. And he would say, Cycle Drum, let me give you some money. I'd be like, nah, bro, like, nah, I'm not even doing this for money. Like, I never looked at it that way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never took a penny from him, bro. Never took any money from them. And they would all look at me like I was a dummy, you know, like, he's trying to give you 5 G's. You don't want to take the 5 G's? Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool, you know. Anyhow, I never looked at it like that. But I always believed that like we had the talent because, you know, when our music would play, there would be other people playing their stuff, and it was a total different reaction or response. You know, they'd be like, "Play with Nut and Goldie did," or, you know,
Yeah,
play it again. You know, we had that chemistry that was it was like undeniable. You know, we kind of knew what we both liked, and he didn't have to tell me, and I didn't have to tell him. We just knew because we had it in us. You know,
yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, but I never did it for that reason. It was more of like, hey man, one day I'm gonna be one of the best producers. I never said I'm gonna be the richest producer. I can't wait to be one of the most highest paid producers. I never looked at it like that, bro. I think that's why I became good, because I was doing it for fun. That makes any sense, you know?
Right. So, but I just want to mention you worked with some big names, man. You know, like you said, East Siders, Sugar Free. Correct me if I'm wrong. Be Real.
Yeah.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Rapping Forte, Kid Frost, the Mexicans.
Yep.
Out of Long Beach. DJ Quick.
No, I never worked with him. I've been in there with him. Yeah.
Okay. Dub C.
Yeah.
Dub C. Sick Jackin.
Yeah.
So I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Incredible legends, man. Legends, right?
Yeah,
It,
yeah. All
tell
good
us.
dudes, man. All them guys are cool cats, bro. And
Mm,
they all believed that what I had was cool, and
yeah,
they all
yeah.
got down with what I had. And I never looked at it like that, It was like we're just banging out, and I
Mm,
wanted to be the best in there. And most of the time I was, there was other producers in there that I got that were trying to go before me, and they'd be like, well, let's hear what Nut got. And
wow.
next I'm getting picked. And dude, think about this, bro. I'm a Mexican kid in the room, it's all black guys in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's black producers in there. You know what I mean? For them to pick mine, I mean, mine has to be off the hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was landing that all day long, bro.
That's incredible, man. So tell us about how this legal thing came. You ended up in court with Snoop Dogg, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that? What was the situation?
Excuse me. Yeah. So I had a couple records when I sued Snoop. More stuff came out that they had used. There was some stuff on the I don't know if you remember this or if you do, but Hustler put out like a porno. Remember that using Snoop and all the music that Snoop had. Do you remember
All
that?
right.
So
Yeah.
there was a couple of my songs on there, that I had produced. Hey,
Okay.
can you give me 1 second? Because I need to get the charger. Is that cool?
Absolutely, man.
Oh, hang tight, hang tight.
Yeah, no worries. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Tito Rodriguez, aka the Hood Santa, founder and president of Local Hearts Foundation in Long Beach, California. He's telling us his story, man. He's got a lot of good stuff, man. He's interesting background. He started out as a music producer, and then things. That's where we're at now. And now he's doing his charity work. He's got his foundation, helping out the community. He's doing a lot of great things, and he's got an incredible story right now. He's telling us a little bit about his music producer days and how he produced a lot of big acts, a lot of big hip hop acts, man. The biggest names. I mean, are you kidding me? Be Real, Snoop, geez, Dub
All right,
C.
brother. Sorry. Where were we
Oh,
at?
no worries. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, man.
Where were we at? Oh, doing Snoop. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I had a couple of songs that they had used on top of what I already. I would think about it like this. I was suing Snoop, and then more stuff came out while I was suing Snoop. So pretty
Really?
much, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I had other records.
The Hustler stuff.
Hustler, the East Sider records.
Okay.
That I don't know if they just didn't care or they just didn't know, or I don't know, but it ended up rolling in from just like one beat to a couple, So yeah. So anyhow, that stopped like my growth to becoming a bigger producer and that kind of thing because I was suing the biggest rapper in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little Mexican kid, you know what I mean? And back in those days, there was no social media, there was no Instagram. You could get blackballed. So Snoop pretty much blackballed me. Snoop told me to my face. We were in it's called deposition, where your attorney questions the person, right, or whatever, right?
Right.
We had Snoop at a deposition, and he told me, "Let me holler at you. Let's go off the record." All right, cool. We go into the bathroom, and he's like, "Check this out, bro. Like you can have all Goldie's money." I'm like, I don't want to do that to Goldie. That sucks. I just want what's fair, bro. What's mine, And then he was like, well,
Right.
pretty much this is how it's gonna work. You'll never be nothing in this game. He said, he pretty much said, anybody suing me ain't gonna be nothing in this game. Will never be nothing in this game. So pretty much he told me like to my face, like, good luck trying to get in the music industry suing me,
Right.
And I was so far, involved with like my attorney and all that. I already had my attorney working. I think I owed my attorney like $100,000 already. It was no way I could back out of it. So I told Snoop, I said, look, bro, I owe my attorney like $90,000 already. And he said, "Don't trip. I'm gonna give you 10 G's and I'll take care of him." And I was like, "I don't think so, bro. You're gonna give him more than you're gonna give me." No, I'm cool. So it ended like that, you know, and then that was kind of the last that I really got to talk to Snoop, like on that kind of level, you know. And then those records came out, and then the other East Sider songs came out, and then people knew that it was me in the hood. So I became like a hood legend, bro. Street credibility. The street credibility is to this day is cool, you know. People are like, "Oh, that's Nut make those bangers," or you know. I didn't get the exposure on the records, and I didn't get to travel, and I didn't get to produce for other bigger artists, because at that time, bro, I probably would have been producing for you name them, bro. You know, I was at that level, you know. I was there with everybody, you know.
Right.
You know, when they close that door on you like that, it's hard, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But in the hood, all the dope dealers, they had up and coming rappers. They would say, "We want to beat like that Eastsiders beat." All right, cool. I want 20 G's or whatever, you know, at the time, whatever it was, you know. So I became a legend in the hood, you know, for music, you know.
No doubt.
And all the dope dealers and all the gangster rappers, they would all come to my studio and, "Hey, Nut, we want to be like this." "Yeah, don't trip. I'll bang it out." Whatever they want, you know. Whatever, you know. This is what I want. There was, you know, after that era of all those records dropping, bro, I made so much money, bro. It was crazy, without having, you know, the star name or whatever, you know.
Right.
I made, but people knew that it was me, you know, because me and Goldie, we were still friends. Like, I never like got mad where I was like, "Oh, I hate them," or that never happened to me, bro. I never let it turn into like a spiteful thing, and really, bro, because I loved Goldie, you know. We were like childhood best friends, like I forgave him, bro, you know. Like I didn't hold it in. It was like, "Oh, when I see him, oh," like I was more hurt than anything. I was like, "Man, how could he do that to me? This was my homie, you know. Like I would have never did that to him. This was both of our dreams, you know." And then I also thought about it, like, man, you know, Snoop's so charismatic and so slick, you know, maybe Goldie didn't have a chance to tell him, or I don't know, you know.
Right.
Like I always try to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you cool with Snoop now? If you saw him on anywhere, you could snap hands, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
No bitterness or.
Nope.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
There's no reason for it. There's no animosity. I'm not bitter, bro. It's all good. My life is where I'm supposed to be at.
That's great, man. That's great. Well, what are some of the big hits that you produce, man? Can you tell some of those songs?
Yeah, you know, I have Snoop's 20 Minutes. I have Snoop in the house. I don't even remember how it goes, bro. But it was pretty big. Yeah, you know.
Was that his No Limit days?
No. Yeah, one was, but it was right when he got back with the Long Beach Boys. You know, I had some stuff to do with that. Yeah, but, yeah, man. It was a good time. It was a good time making music, but you know, it wasn't even the music industry that like I could say, "Oh, the music industry sucks." It was more like my homie let me down. You know what I mean? That part sucks more than all of it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you know, I got more than I probably would have gotten, you know, for just those songs. But you know, it's hard to say what would have happened, you know, if I would have got what was due and all the relationships I would have made from then on, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows, you know? But like, you know, I probably if they would have done, if things would have been done the Snoop way, maybe it would have been like, "Hey, Tito, here's $5,000 and we're gonna give you 1% out of, you know, 100,000." You know, and it's like, "All right, cool, I made $6,000, yeah." You know, and the way it happened, I got paid, bro. I got paid. You know, it was and I got my money. The way I look at it is like they didn't give me nothing extra. They gave me what was mine, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was rightfully yours from the beginning.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt.
But then I started a band after that. It was called The Pricks. And
The Pricks?
Yeah. Did you know that?
I heard you mention that on the Tony A's the Rhodium Radio show. I couldn't tell if you said the pricks or I was like second guessing myself. Prick?
Yeah, Pricks, the pricks. Here it is, bro. Look. So you probably seen this around.
Oh,
There's hundreds of these things tattooed. So, bro,
oh,
we were killing it, bro. My
wow.
The band was smashing it. They played us on K Rock. We played like all up and down Hollywood. We sold out every venue you could think of in Hollywood. We played our biggest concert would be the Home Depot Center. We got to open for like all the big bands, you know. So after the gangster stuff, I just got tired. I said, man, you know what? I need to do something different because I'm getting bored. You know, I got to challenge myself. So I met Brophy, which was like my first white friend I ever had in my life. You know, it taught him how to rap. He knew how to rap, but he didn't understand. There's music, there's math, there's melody, there's timing. He would just rap. Da, 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 da. Time out, bro. You gotta slow down right here. Say this. You know, taught him the basics, and we created a band. We traveled, we did a bunch of killer stuff, and really it was a fresh breath of air at the time because I was so like burned out on the gangster feel and like tired of hearing bitches and hoes and all this kind of nonsense talk. I had just had a daughter.
Uh-huh.
I was like, my daughter, like all that changed for me, bro, instantly. You know, I was like, wait a minute,
Uh-huh.
my daughter ain't none of that, bro. You know, like I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Like, you better check yourself, you know. So I kind of pulled myself back, you know, from all
I see.
that. And yeah, I created this band, traveled. My nephew was in the band. My nephew now is a pretty big name producer. Took him under my wing. He's like my first student. Just
What's his name?
Chris Steele. He's doing
Okay.
stuff for like Stupid Young, all these up and coming rappers that are. He did actually trip out. He did a song on Snoop's album too.
Oh, okay.
Last album, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
Chris
cool.
Steele. That
Yeah,
sounds familiar, man. Chris
yeah,
Steele.
still killing them. He's always out there by you, bro, in that area.
Oh, okay.
You know the
IE?
rapper, yeah. You know the rapper High Tone.
That sounds from yeah.
Yeah, so
I've
my
heard that too.
nephew's his producer, pretty much. So
Okay.
yeah, so I taught my nephew, you know, did all that kind of cool stuff with him, and then we were going, bro. We were gonna sign with Interscope. Every record label in town wanted us, bro. We sat with Rick Rubin, you name it, bro.
Wow.
We flew out to Atlanta, had a meeting with Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was gonna sign us, you know, and then the lead vocalist, he I think he got antsy and was like, oh, he ended up getting his girlfriend pregnant and got married, and then he said, hey, bro, I'm gonna quit. I said, oh, all right, cool, whatever, you know.
What?
Yeah, he quit, bro. He
Really?
quit. Yes, he quit.
Even with all this potential,
No, bro, we were killing it, bro. We were
or I
killing
mean, to sign deals and stuff, right? I mean, wow. He just walked away, huh?
it. Mm-hmm.
Did that kind of cause a chain reaction within the band to kind of disband, or what happened?
Well, I couldn't quit, bro, because you know our music was like we're a brotherhood, we're all pricks. You know, we told there was a gang of people getting this tattooed. I'm like, bro, I'm a prick for life, homie. I can't turn my back on these people, bro. That's how I felt because that's how loyal I am to people. Obviously, to this day, you know.
Right.
So I kept on going and was like, but I wasn't the singer, I wasn't the rapper. I was just more like I'm gonna keep shirts alive. I'm gonna do stickers. I'm gonna make hats. This is Pricks for Life, and the people can live off the music we made. And if they want to get a shirt, cool. If they don't, cool. But I want them to know that I'm not a quitter. You know what I mean? And this is who I am all the time. So I kept it going, and then I kept it going, and it was fun. And then I just said, you know what, bro? I'm gonna do something different again. The same. I started making Spanish music. I started singing in Spanish. Never in my life have I listened to Spanish music. Never in my life have I heard anything besides Suavemente.
Yeah.
At the parties, you know.
Uh-huh.
Doing that, and it had a lot of fun again doing music. You know, it was like, oh, this is cool. And then, you know, at the same time, I was doing charity work, community service, and
Okay.
that's
Okay.
kind of where the whole community thing comes into play. You know.
Yeah. Before we get into that, though, Tito, I wanted to. Sarah Mendoza said, "Hood Santa, such a cool guy. I remember the prick." So she remembers, man. And what kind of music were you guys playing? I think you mentioned it. I might have missed it.
No, so Brophy grew up listening to punk rock. Okay,
Okay.
and I grew up making West Coast music. Right. Hold on, let me turn the oven off, bro. Can you
Okay. Go
hold on?
ahead, man. No worries, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking to Tito Rodriguez, the Hood Santa, president and founder of the local Hearts Foundation out of Long Beach, California. What a great story. What an inspiration he truly is. Thank you so much for joining us right now. He's back. He's turning
So,
off the oven.
so the Pricks was like a hybrid of a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
It had a little bit of everything in it. It was Brophy was a punker. I grew up b-boying, skateboarding. He was a skater too. A little bit of everything, bro. It's but it was pretty much like all positive messages. A lot of
Okay.
it, like brotherhood, like we could do it together. Message of hope. Like that was one of our titles of our song album. That kind of thing. So it was pretty cool, bro. We would do shows, bro, and we would have 700-800 kids rocking Pittsburgh Pirates hats for Pricks. Look into the crowd, and you see, all these people rocking Pricks hats and Pricks.
Okay. Now I know why you had the Pittsburgh Pirate hat.
Yeah.
Some of these pictures I was looking at on your page, and you're throwing up the P, right?
Yeah.
Pricks. Okay,
yeah.
now it makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Pike Cruiser, my friend Pike Cruiser. Can you ask about how you met Norm and formed that bond he had with him? Norm.
Which Norm?
Who's that Pike Cruiser?
Tattoo Norm?
Say again, bro.
Tattoo artist Norm?
If you could specify Pike Cruiser, who Norm is.
He might be talking about Norm. I really wasn't tight with Norm like that. We knew each other. He did a bunch of Pricks tattoos on people. One of the best Pricks tattoos Norm did was on somebody's hand that said Pricks across both hands. Like this.
Okay. Yeah, Tattoo Norm.
Yeah, so we became friends from him tattooing Pricks tattoos on people. He would send them and be like, "Trip out," Norm was a really nice, cool dude, and rest in peace, Norm. He passed away, I think a year, 2 years ago, and he was always cool, stand-up dude. Super nice guy. Rest in peace to Norm. I wasn't super tight with him. It was but we were friends.
Yeah. Did you ever?
The best part about that now is like Norm's family. They're big time supporters of the nonprofit. Like we raffled off a hot rod with Norm's family built, and it had Norm pieces on there, and they donated some of the money to local arts foundations. That's how we were able to buy so many turkeys, because they got involved.
Very cool, man. Very cool. And did you ever, by any chance, work with Sublime in any way, shape, or form?
No, I never.
Huh?
No, they're a little bit older than me. They're a little bit older than me. But I would see them in town. I would see them playing in backyards and stuff like that. But I never got to play any kind of music with them. I would just see them in the backyard parties,
Did you meet them at all? Or?
Yeah, but before they were anything, it's like
Bradley.
Yeah. All of them. They would play up and down 4th Street, that kind of deal.
Very cool, man.
Partying,
Yeah. No, Long Beach is like a hotbed for just athletes and musicians, and just a lot of people, notable people have come out of Long Beach, man. And Long Beach probably had the most NFL players, right?
Yeah.
Out of any high school in the country.
Yeah, in the world.
In the world. Yeah, man. So take us now into what you're doing now, Tito. You mentioned when did you first start transitioning into the charity work and your foundation, and when did you start going into that path, man? What kind of led you there?
Bro, I started thinking about how poor I was as a kid. I started thinking about not having, toys and having new stuff and that kind of thing. And, I thought about all the connections that I made over the years, and all the friendships I've formed with people that got these huge companies, and that are super rad people that are cool, that grew up poor too, and they know the feeling of stuff. So about 10 years ago, I reached out to my buddy, Nick Diamond, and the owner of Diamond Supply.
Okay.
He's the real one, and told him, hey, Nick, I got this idea. Don't even know what I'm doing, Say, man, I want to help out the hood, like I don't really know. I just want to give them something, bro. Well, what do you want to do? I said, I don't really know, bro. Just like, let's help out the hood, bro. All right, cool. Go pick up some stuff. I get there, they give me 1,500 socks or so. I don't remember the numbers, but it was a bunch of socks, a bunch of shirts, bunch of sweaters, couple hats, just a whole bunch of diamond supply stuff. And we decided to go through Long Beach and just stop random people. Hey, man, Merry Christmas. Here you go. We started helping people. And we pulled up on a young black kid that was in a stroller pushing his baby. And we jump out on him. And he starts running with his daughter, And you're like, hey, bro, we got some water and some diamond supply. I want to hook you up. And he's like, this 5 essays jumping out on me, probably in his head, like 5 Mexicans, they're going to get me or whatever, So he takes off like, bro, stop, bro. We're not going to do that. We want to give you some stuff. He comes back. He's like, bro, I thought you guys were going to get me. Like, nah, man, I want to give you some stuff, So, the following year, my buddy HJ, who's a partner of mine in Local Hearts, right, tells me, Tito, man, we got to do something, bro. Like, we're either going to get shot, we might jump out on the wrong person. You know what I mean? People, you just never know. I said, all right, bro, I'm going to buy a Santa suit. So I go on eBay and I buy like a $12 Santa suit. It's like paper mache, bro. It's like a paper Santa suit. So we go to the hood. We go to 17th and One Apparel. And we jump out right in front of like the little apartments. There's a bunch of apartment complex there, right? And this little kid just comes out of nowhere. Yo! He starts calling everybody out. Santa's here. And he comes right up to me and he says, hey, man, you're the hood Santa because Santa Claus don't come over here.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I looked at HJ, looked at me, and we were like, all right. To me, it was like, all right, this kid must not ever get nothing. Santa don't come over here,
Right.
So that kind of lit a fire under me to like, hey, man, like, we need to do this all the time because, there's some kids that get nothing, and I was one of those too. I would get something, but not, there's some kids that probably get nothing,
Right.
So, we got home. I was going to pay HJ, that was the idea. HJ, let me pay you to go with me, bro, to shoot a video, All right, cool. He was a kid. He was like 18, Yeah. All right, cool. He was shooting videos. He was so pumped up. And when I went to pay him and say, hey, bro, let me pay you. And I said, how much you want, HJ? I was going to give him a couple $100, for his time. Just do me a cool video, bro, whatever, here's a couple $100. And he go to pay him. He's like, nah, bro, nah, I don't want no money. Like, I want to do this too. I love this. This feels good, man, helping people out. He said, man, I was one of those kids too. He told me I was one of those kids too. So then we just said, bro, we just ran with it. And, as we were doing it, as time moved on, I felt like, man, like I know so many people, we can do more than just one event. Let's do a back to school giveaway,
Okay.
Started reaching out to all my buddies, all my homies. Hey, bro, let's buy some backpacks. Hey, Nick, we need some back. Oh, don't trip. We got backpacks. So give me a few 100 backpacks, give them away. Then, hey, let's do Thanksgiving. Because I never had Thanksgiving until my aunt Mimi married a white guy. His name was Brian Hunt. And he was a Long Beach Transit bus driver. His route was Anaheim Street. So when maybe I was about 12, 11, 12, 13, they invite us over to their house and they got all the goodies, bro. Turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, stuffing.
It works, yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? Like we never had this, So I started thinking about how that made me feel and like the family, the camaraderie, the togetherness, the happy side of life,
Yeah.
I started thinking like, man, how many families there is like mine that ain't gonna have this. So that stuck with me, and I said, man, we gotta do something for families like that they can't afford that, $60 or whatever, $50, dinner for all of them. So we decided to do a big turkey event and give out thousands of turkeys, bro, in the hood,
So you started that turkey giveaway, what, about, I think, 10 years ago now, right?
No, that's the toy giveaway. That's the one this Saturday. 10 years
Okay.
ago would be a Diamond Christmas 10-year anniversary, a decade, bro.
Okay.
This
That,
Saturday.
and the turkey giveaway, I think, is fifth. Was it the fifth annual this year?
Well, we've been doing it for 8 years, but I did it. One year I did it with King Little G and Solon, so I didn't include those. But as Local Hearts, it was our fifth. Our
Oh,
fifth,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, it's so that's how. And then when did you when was Local Hearts Foundation born?
We became an official 501c3 in 2017.
Okay, just, I mean, 3 years ago, basically, right?
No, but this is 10 years.
Right, right.
Years.
But yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
But the
the official
501c3.
2017, and
Mm,
it was the reason why I became a 501c3 is as we started getting bigger and better at this, I was getting approached by companies saying, "Hey, bro, I showed my boss your video, bro. He wants to donate to you 10 G's," and I would
wow.
be like, "Sick, right?" And so like I'm gonna put him on the phone or whatever. Hey, what's up, Tito? Man, I just saw your video, bro. Like, we want to help you, bro. I talked to my boss. We're gonna give you guys $10,000. You're an official 501c3, right? You can give us a tax receipt. And I would be like, no, bro. What?
Oh,
You're doing all this by yourself with nobody helping you, kind of thing. Like, yeah, bro. It's just Nick Diamond, HJ, and me. We're just
yeah.
helping out kids, pretty much. And you'd be like, what? You ain't getting like no help from anybody. You just, yeah, bro. Like a lot of this comes out of my pocket, HJ's pocket. Nick's got more money than all of us combined, and it comes out of
Uh,
his pocket.
uh-huh.
So then the following day, somebody called me and offered me a van. He said, "Joe, bro, we just saw your video. We can't believe that you're in your little Lexus packed out, you driving through stuff to your head, like."
Wow.
That's crazy, bro. We got a van that's sitting here collecting dust, bro. We want to give it to you, but you're an official 501c3, right? No. Oh, bro, you're blowing it. It
Oh,
was back to back. It was one day, then the following the van was the second day. So I was like, all right, I better get this going because if we want to help people on a bigger scale, we need to be official because we need help from the big guys, and
gotcha.
so we ended up doing the steps and all that to that, and it was a little process, but it was a little pricey too, but it was so worth it, bro. Because now look, we got Manny Pacquiao Foundation, we got McDonald's, we got obviously Diamond Supply, Grizzly, Mr. Nice Guy,
Wow.
I think it's called Biznar and Chase, Antiviral Station, dude. There's so many,
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, we had Felipe Esparza last night donate to us. He saw,
Really?
yeah, he saw the video of me on there and talking, and he donated, bro. And he sent me a message today. He said, "That's right, Cholo Claus, keep up the good work." All right,
Shout out
cool.
to That's cool, man. Very shout out to Felipe Esparza. Yeah. Wow, what a great story, man. So the Local Hearts, and now I know I like your logo, man. The logo does it looks like a diamond, right? And with the heart inside of it. So it does have a connection to the Diamond Supply
Oh
Company,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
Okay.
my brother, man. Nick Diamond is my brother. I love Nick, bro. That's my boy.
Is he
And,
from Long Beach too?
no, he's actually from the Bay and maybe Santa Cruz or something like that up north. But he's from LA. He's been in LA for Diamond's been around for 20 something years.
Okay.
That guy, man, that I love that dude, bro. That's a stand up dude, bro. He's a man of the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's bro. There's not too many people like him walking around, and I'm grateful that he's still down. And bro, he's one of the founders. It's HJ, Nick Diamond, and me. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Oh.
this logo
Oh.
is a diamond. With the
Right.
heart side, and we came up with the idea together, all of us. Hey, what do you think, Nick? Sick. He's like, I already had him like that. Like sick. All right, cool. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. That's it. What do you HJ came up with it,
Uh-huh.
all of us collectively, putting our heads together and wanting to do something cool for people, bro.
Definitely, man. Definitely. What and how many people do you have on staff now? Or is it still just you three pretty for the most part?
Yeah, it's pretty much us. We got tons of volunteers, but
Mhm.
it's still us. It's still us doing in the trenches.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
think like the nonprofit is a big non-organization, bro. It's still grassroots, bro. We just got our first van, bro. you know, you know what I mean. It's still a grassroots organization, bro. We barely got a van. We don't even have a warehouse, bro. You come to my house, you got to walk over toys and you gotta
Oh.
do like the Mission Impossible
Uh, uh,
to get to
right.
the kitchen, to turn on all
Obstacle course. No, I okay. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that. So I mean, you don't have an actual office, brick and mortar location
my
yet.
office is the bathroom, bro.
Hey Tito, man, you've been through a lot of success, man, in your life, man. What continues to drive you, man, and inspire you?
You know what, bro? I love helping people, bro. I love to go and give some families some smiles. That alone, bro, is enough for me now. I've been through a lot. I've been at the top in a lot of things. And I got gold and platinum records. That's for people. That's the cream of the crop, right? To me, that stuff is nothing compared the feeling I get of helping a family that might need a little bit of cheer for the holidays, or a kid that's killing it in school, but his parents can't afford a new laptop or whatever, and we can provide that for them. Those things are amazing, bro.
I bet, man. I bet. No, that's yeah, you can't describe that feeling, man. You can't describe that, I bet, right? Just helping anyone in any way, shape, or form. But um, yeah, I mean, what you do, and yeah, it's just indescribable, right? That feeling you get, that the look on that boy's face, man,
It's awesome,
or
bro. We just
or
helped
girl's face.
a little girl, that a 4-year-old girl that had cancer, Sophie, in Long
Yeah,
Beach.
I
And
saw that.
it's tough. It's tough, but you got a job to do, and your job, the Hood Santa's job, is to make that baby feel good no matter what. So,
Mm,
that's kind of what it's hard to do, but it's so worth it, bro. It's so worth it, making her happy and making her feel like she's having a good day or whatever, good hour, whatever it is for her at the time. It's worth it to me, bro. It's staying up the whole day, the whole night, trying to figure out how I'm going to get all these things that make her feel good, and how I'm going to help the parents out, how we're going to give them a little bit of funding to pay whatever groceries, rent, whatever. If I don't sleep for 2-3 days for that, it's totally worth it, bro.
absolutely, man. No doubt. That's amazing, man. Amazing, man. Yeah. Something that really resonated with me too, Tito, was that you mentioned on Tony A's the podcast, the Rhodium Radio, where you have these kids come out. They'll approach you. They're from the hood, and they'll tell you, "Hey, why do you do this? Why do you do this?" And then you call them out. You tell them, "Okay, why don't you be here tomorrow, and you'll see why." Right? And tell us a little bit about that. You'll tell your brother. You'll say, "Okay, parent, or put him in a situation where he's going to see, the look on this kid, the reaction on this kid's face, and yeah, talk about that a little bit, man."
Yeah,
With
so you get some knuckleheads in the neighborhood. They're like, why are you doing this, homie, or what? Why why? What? Come through. I challenge you. I challenge you to come through and see the reactions, right? The feeling that the mom gets when she get a brand new turkey and clothing for her children for the winter, or shoes, right? So I tell my brother, hey, bro, give them a good position, let them be impacted, let them see something they've never witnessed before, let them feel that empathy, let them feel compassion, let them feel like, hey, man, that I wish that was me kind of situation, right? They probably didn't have nothing either, majority of them. So he puts them in positions, excuse me, gives them big jobs, bro. Like they might be on the walkie-talkie job, hey, I'm right here, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
and the beauty of it is I if if you're a savage in the streets, bro, doing nonsense, you're gonna be a savage doing good.
Mm.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's the theory, and it's very true, bro. You put them to do something, bro, and boom, they go at it, bro. They
That's great.
boom, they dive in, boom, 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 bro. We had the bad shout out to the Bad Boys Car Club, right? Dude, them dudes unloaded 15,000 pounds of turkeys, bro, in like 15 minutes, bro.
Wow.
Monsters, bro.
Amazing.
Monsters.
Amazing. Yeah.
I just broke my back last year doing that. Okay. So I watched him, doing it, and I was just like, man, I've been blowing it. I should have been asked these dudes to come, you know?
Yeah.
Prior, bro, I had just hurt myself. I my L2 and my L3 broke on me, so doing that same job,
Wow.
So yeah, but it was just me and a couple other people, having 15 of them, but just the work ethic and the amount of passion they had into doing something good was probably the same amount of passion they had in doing something bad. So I'm like, we can get them to do something good, they'll be freaking bad. They'll be the best, So that's kind of what the vision is behind that. Is like, give them something good to do. Watch how good they are.
Definitely, man. Set them up for success in a different way. Yeah. Yeah. Tito, let me ask you one more question, man, and I'll ask you to talk about the toy drive, man. We'll call it a night, man.
Sure.
Let me who are three people? I asked Mega Man this last week. Who are three people, dead or alive, that you would love to have dinner with, man?
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Jesus. Bob Marley.
Okay.
My dad.
Oh, that's great, man. Great list, man. Wow. That's a great list, man. Yeah, I like to ask that, man. It's
That's a good question, bro. It had me thinking,
Thanks, man.
Only three. Can we slide Tupac in there and Johnny Cash?
Yeah, you got some honorable mentions. Yeah, that's cool, man. Good list. Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, but before Sarah Mendoza, she mentioned that the Pricks "Wake Up" is my favorite. Her favorite song.
Yeah, Wake Up. Check it out. When you get off of here, go and check it out.
Are you on YouTube? Or is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
The Pricks.
Yeah. The Pricks "Wake Up," just the way she spelled it out.
Oh man, awesome, brother. Man, before you go, man, can you tell us a little bit about the current toy drive that's going on, man, and where people can.
So the 19th, this up and coming Saturday, we're doing our 10th annual Diamond Christmas / for the children toy giveaway. It'll be at Homeland Cultural Center, MacArthur Park, Long Beach. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 2. If you want to volunteer, anybody on here wants to volunteer, we're asking volunteers to show up at 7:30. It's going to be fun, bro. It's going to be fun. If anybody wants to help out, donate a toy, or come out and volunteer, you can reach out to me at the Hood Santa, or you can go on our website, which is www.localartsfoundation.org, and you can read more about what we do for our people, for the people, But yeah, bro, thanks for having me on, man. I'm getting a neck cramp here looking at this screen. I don't know if you see me. I'm like,
yeah. You're a trooper, man.
Pleasure, bro.
Oh, man,
God bless you guys, and be good to each other. That's what we all should be doing all the time,
No doubt, man. No, like Pike Cruiser summed it up, man. Here, let me post that real quick. You're an angel sent, man. Thank you for all you do, Tito. Appreciate it, man.
Pike Cruiser, he always supports everything I do. Thank you, Pike Cruiser.
Oh, Pike? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's rad, bro. He always sends me, if he donates, he's like, I got you, bro. Like, man, I love that, because it really is us, bro, who's saving us. I got this saying, it takes us to save us.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's the prime example of that. Hey, bro, I bought a turkey, or hey, bro, I bought a ticket for the raffle. It's like, it's people like Pie Cruiser, bro, that
Yep.
make Local Hearts what it is. It's a community driven nonprofit, bro. It's I'm just the big mouth of it, you know. All of
No,
ours.
no doubt, brother. No doubt, man. Well, yeah, man. Hey, once again, Tito, man, thank you so much for taking the time for being here with us on Profile Pod TV, man. And yeah, you're definitely you're the man, bro. Um, looking forward to following you and you know following the path of Local Hearts and supporting as well and volunteering. So I'll definitely be hitting you up soon, man. And
I'll see you Saturday.
yeah,
Be there. Right,
yeah,
Pie?
man. Hey,
All right. If you want to come out, please do. If not, I get it. You know what I mean?
yeah, no,
Short time.
absolutely,
But
absolutely, man.
we'll talk soon, bro. Keep up the good work, and thanks for letting me be on here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. No, pleasure's all mine. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Tito Rodriguez, the Hood Santa, founder, president of Local Hearts Foundation. Check him out, follow him at the Hood Santa, right, Tito?
Yep.
At the Hood Santa and localheartsfoundation.org. And you also you have a Instagram for Local Hearts, right? At Local Hearts Foundation.
Yep.
There it is. There it is, man. Well, yeah, man. No, for Tito, I want to thank everybody for being here in the comments, man. You guys are awesome. Sarah Mendoza, Pike Cruiser, Joe Sanchez, everybody came through. Harry Parker, Yo, it's me. Mega Man was here. Dallas Cowboy fan was here. Who else came through? Yeah, I think I got everyone there. But yeah, thank you again, guys. If you guys are watching on the replay, thank you so much. And if you're listening on the audio, million thanks to you. Don't forget to subscribe to Profile Pod TV. Support Local Hearts Foundation, support the Hood Santa, go follow them, check them out, and subscribe to Profile Pod TV on Apple Podcasts. Leave a rate and review. Send me a DM. Always like interacting with the audience, man. So once again, for Tito Rodriguez, the Hood Santa, I'm Double A. We'll see you guys. I think this might be the last show. I'm taking the next 2 weeks off. Get around, taking time for the family. I will see you next year. Shoot, the first week of January, guys. But I will be on tomorrow night. I will be on Social Primates podcast, and then next week I will be on Talking Again podcast with Fidel. So I'll be a guest on other podcasts. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I saved the. I mean. You know, Tito for Tito's the Hood Santa, man, for Christmas time. So
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you, brother. Once again, everybody, thank you so much. Have a great night. For Tito Rodriguez, I'm Double A, and always remember to take it easy.